Hi guys, Yuki here, back with Seduce Me, and we're going to do Happily Ever After, so I guess we're getting married today. Obviously we're going to start off with Damien because he's my favorite, and then work our way down, but depending how long it is, I might cut it up into parts, so we'll just see. Anyways, let's get started. The venue was set. The preparations were complete. The day had finally arrived. Was this really happening? I felt elation run through my entire body at the thought. I had waited for this day for years, and yet my mind still couldn't believe it. I had to keep telling myself, yes, this is happening. You're not dreaming. Whee. Oh, hey, you can be a bride or a groom. Awesome. I'm a bride. I was going to marry Damien. Damien had happily become part of my life as I had become part of his. We supported each other and held each other through everything in our lives. Even more so, he finally got to be a human alongside me. We were living a fantasy made into reality. I stood in my waiting room, staring at my reflection in the mirror. I couldn't take my eyes off of myself. Was I imagining myself standing here? Did I die in the demon world and was now seeing a dream instead? No. There I stood, elegantly wrapped in a beautiful wedding gown. It was the dress of my dreams, with the veil flowing elegantly behind me. I was regal and felt joy in every fiber of my being just looking in the mirror. Diana's flower, still as healthy and as magnificent as it could have been the night I'd received it, adorned my head and sat gracefully in the crook of my ear. I felt my body quiver in anticipation. My soul couldn't make up its mind on how to feel. I was ecstatic, joyful, scared. Every emotion I could think of hit me all at once, and I wasn't sure how to handle myself. I was going to walk down the aisle and see the man of my dreams at the end. All at once, every thought of today began to collide in my head. Everyone was so supportive of me and my marriage that it shook me to the core. Naomi had made us a custom wedding cake, determined to give us the best celebration with her cooking skills. Oh! Susie had organized the reception, and her family, as powerful as they were, ensured the security and safety of all the guests. My mom helped deliver invitations and guided my pre-wedding party, unable to stop herself from crying at the thought of her child being married. My dad even designed and dedicated a line of toys from Anderson Toys in celebration. It was a doll and line focused around the theme of marriage and happiness, with me and my husband as the focus figures. I knew he wasn't a man of many kind words, but I knew he poured his heart into it as proof of his joy for me. Oh, well, that's sweet. I even recalled dreams of my grandfather smiling at me, silently giving me his blessing and letting me know how proud he was to see me here. How I wished for him to stand with my family still, despite knowing he watched over me from heaven. I felt myself shake and begin to cry. Everyone was so proud of me I could predict my legs giving out. And they did. Thank God I was alone. I collapsed onto the floor, holding my hands over my mouth as delighted and overwhelmed burbles escaped my lips. This was happening. I had waited for so long. I couldn't control the rush of emotions pounding through me like a storm. My body was overthrown by the mental chaos I had begun to break down. Was I capable of doing this? Was I strong enough? Yes I was. Thinking back on it, I was strong enough to push through every obstacle in my path. I fought up the devil, stood my ground against the succubus. I had even gone to the demon world and escaped its world war to see this day come. My life had moved me forward to this very moment, and I was a mess inside. Please don't wake me up from this if this is a dream.
It's not a dream, sweetie.
What are you doing? doing here? Shouldn't you be ruling the demon world? That voice. I looked up in the mirror and gasped, tears escaping me again as my eyes locked onto a familiar face in the reflection. Diana?
What are you doing on the floor? Pick yourself up. I know you can stand.
Stupid reply. I frantically stood, obeying her request as I stared, dumbfounded at her image. But aren't you? Diana chuckled, silencing me. She looked powerful and regal in the mirror, bathed in an almost godlike light.
I'm the queen of the demon world, my dear. I have my ways for communicating with you.
Diana. My heart began to squeeze tightly in my chest. How I wished for her to physically be here to see my wedding.
I'll be watching, I promise. I've secretly waited for this day too.
Oh, that's sweet. I watched as Diana lifted her hand and caressed the air in front of her with the back of her hand. To my surprise, I felt a slight breeze brush against my cheek in tandem, wiping it off of my tears. Diana smiled and lowered her hand, stepping forward towards me.
May you be happy, and may fortune stand with you forever.
At last, Diana leaned forward and kissed the air softly. I felt a soft, airy pressure on my forehead, causing more tears to run down my cheeks and my heart to squeeze in joy at the action. Slowly, she faded away in the mirror, leaving me to face my reflection. My face was red, and I could hear my heart beating loudly from the emotions rushing through me. I was getting married, and the world was waiting for me. I took a deep breath and let out a sigh, slowly, but surely calming the nerves dancing in my whisper. As a small knock echoed from my door, I could feel my nerves attempt to kick up once again, but I closed my eyes and calmed them down with another breath. I was ready. I was going to obtain my happy end. The hall was full of people. Many I knew and many I didn't. I stood at the doorway leading into the space, stared at the door in front of me, imagining everyone waiting for me here. My parents, my friends, the incubi, my husband-to-be. The second the doors opened would be the second my walk towards my future began. I was no longer going to be alone. I would have him standing by me as I would stand by him through anything the universe threw at me, or us. The doors opened at last, and I took in the beautiful sight of the wedding hall at last. Everyone stood and watched as I slowly made my way down the aisle. Music began to fill the air at my march, and gazes followed with each step as I made forward. My heart began to pound in my chest. I began to imagine everyone hearing it as loud, as powerful as it was. Still, I continued on. I would not stop walking until I reached the end. My gaze, however, locked itself onto my husband-to-be. He stared in awe at my approach, lost in his own thoughts. What was on his mind? Oh, Damien was openly holding back tears. Despite the joyous smile on his face, I knew that he was holding his breath. Oh my god, that's so cute. I would have too, but I was more happy to be going through this with this dream and to breathe the air and excitement around me. Finally, I walked up beside Damien, taking out his stretched hand and standing beside him before our officiary started the ceremony. We were lucky. Kay, the owner of the Pink Lady Cafe and a dear friend, was licensed to officiate the wedding, and so she took it on herself to do so without a fee of any kind. Well, that's sweet. According to her, this was something she desperately wanted to do for us as our wedding gift. I was very thankful to have her be part of my next chapter. Kay gestured for everyone behind us to sit down in the pews, clearing her throat slightly and bringing up a microphone to her lips, beginning the ceremony.
Dearly beloved, We are gathered here to join these two beautiful souls in matrimony. They have supported and loved each other and have chosen to continue doing so for the rest of their lives.
Standing beside Damien made my heart flutter in joy. I could feel our hearts synchronizing in time and our breaths slowly matched up in equal excitement. Staring into his eyes, I became lost in my thoughts as I listened.
It is said that love is a story all on its own. Affection gives us the rising action. Our dreams give us our purpose, and we experience a world we've never imagined exploring. The best thing is, we don't have to explore it alone. This moment right now is a chapter of that story, and you have many things left to write together.
I smiled. She was right. This wasn't an ending by any means. This was the beginning of our life together. A life Damien and I would share and write for as long as we lived. As he smiled back, I knew he agreed.
And now my favorite part. We would now like to take this time to exchange the wedding vows.
Kay gestured to me, ushering me to softly clear my throat and begin. I had so many things to say to this man. I hadn't known where to begin and when I first tried to write up my vow. However, after months of hoping and thinking, I finally knew what I wanted to say. Damien, you and I have been through so much. You have supported me ever since we met, and our love has broken through every obstacle in our path. I cannot dream of a life without you in it. You make me happy. Happier than I could ever dream of being. It was like you were sent to me as a miracle. Damien could only smile and listen, but I could almost hear his heart beat wildly for me at my words, with small bubbles of tears forming at the corner of his eyes. I continued. I want to keep going through life with you as your one and only. You are my best friend, my love, my world. With you, we can reach the skies and sail forever. Just you and me. I love you. Kay bit her lip, obviously holding back tears, before nodding at my conclusion and turning to Damien.
And now, your vow. Go ahead.
Damien smiled and held my hands close, letting his gaze melt in my eyes as he spoke at last.
To think we'd be standing here. This is by far the best dream anyone could have, and thinking about all that we've been through, this is the most special chapter of our lives. I cannot wait to continue my story with you for the rest of my life.
I slowly began to cry. Damien's words melted into my heart, and I could see the love glowing in his eyes. His smile. I was truly in love.
I promise to love you and cherish you for as long as we live, and to spend the rest of my life giving you the happiness you deserve as your husband.
Just staring into Damien's eyes, I could tell that our heartbeats and breaths were matched perfectly in time. There was nothing in the universe that could stop us from being happy, and this moment was picture perfect. I freely let myself cry as I smiled. He did the same for me, holding my hands lovingly.
You both just made my job easier with these vows. Ooh, so, let's put on those rings.
Kay quickly turned back to the table behind her and presented us with my ring first. With glowing pride and slight nervous quivering in his hand, Damien gingerly took the ring and began to slide it up my ring finger.
Please repeat after me. With this ring, I give all of myself to you. I will protect you and be with you no matter what, until time stands still.
As quick as our statements came, images of our adventures and struggles passed through my mind. We'd fought a devil, foiled a succubus, and stopped a world war together, and our story was far from over.
With this ring, I give all of myself to you. I will protect you and be with you no matter what, until time stands still.
As the ring finger... Bleh. As the ring finally crested on my finger, I couldn't help but wiggle it in glee atop Damien's hand, making him chuckle a little at the feel. The band shimmered in my hand in the church light, almost entrancing me.
Excellent! Now, it's your turn!
Okay, slowly held out the second ring for me to take. This was my moment. I quickly took the ring in excitement and began to ease it up Damien's finger. With this ring, I give all of myself to you. I will protect you and be with you no matter what until time stands still. In that moment, when the ring reached its destination, I could feel the world stop around us. Something in the air felt warm and bright. Grandpa, are you there? It was like everything had become right at the universe, and I was able to see a future full of opportunity and bliss. I had become so lost that I barely acknowledged that the ceremony was finally coming to a close, one that I had been waiting for.
All right, awesome, alrighty then! By the power vested in me in front of your beloved friends and family, it is my honor and privilege to pronounce you two united in perfect matrimony. Let the moon shake tonight!
At last. Oh! Damien began to cry, wiping his tears with a happy smile at me. I couldn't even stop the tears flowing from my own cheeks. Oh my god, Damien, why do you do this to me? Oh god, that hurt me right in the feels. He had happily given his entire life to me, and I would hold him close forever.
Now hurry up and kiss already! You know you wanna. We want you to as well.
She did not have to tell me twice. With a thankful grin and a euphoric heart, I took Damien into my arms and kissed him with every ounce of love I could muster. Fireworks went off in my head, and I could feel the world around me close, leaving only Damien and me in a peaceful space on our own. Our kiss marked the beginning of new life together, and I was happy that the next chapter would begin in my terms. I had a feeling that no more problems would come our way, and even if they somehow did, we would have the power to get over them. If our meeting didn't prove that, then our struggles and victories would. The cameras and cheers would mark our memories in time. The bands we wore would leave their permanence in our skins, and we would fly as high as our love could take us. Truly, this was my happily ever after. No, it wasn't mine. It was our happily ever after. The end. Oh, that was good. That hit me right where. I didn't end up crying this time. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!